So we all got them buckets, hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never...
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
There we go. Pac-Man. Waiting. Come this way. Here we go. Here we go. Set. Hey, stand. Hey, forward, Tokyo. Go.
On 1st down, Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going. But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
53 is the mic. 53.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. This for his running back, McCoy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Watch out. Protein spin. Check the backer. Check. Motion to back.
And here's the first carry of the game for the former Eagle, LaShawn McCoy. McCoy's got the 1st down and more. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
Motion.
Now McCoy. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Attack. Tighten up.
He's going to get it running right, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Motion, pop.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Check 43.
First down, Philadelphia.
Mike's 50. Watch the pass. Mike's 50. Mike. Bunch. It's 74.
Wentz now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Good job.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Howard. Room to run inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 21-yard line.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd 7. Running with Howard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Let's find two. Smooth.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. Rolling to his right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But now it's 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They're going to run. It's Sproles. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Under 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Check. 53. Attack. Check. 53 is mine. 9.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Here we go. 15. Check my 50.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This is Howard on 2nd down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now here's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards the pickup there.
23 yards. And our Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
I don't need to.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, rib blitz. Attack.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Watch the screen. Relax. Watch the screen. Kill. Color. Stop. 54.
Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to air one out. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 52 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The point after is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Deshaun Jackson. Incomplete. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash. And the kick by Elliott is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback and all coach. Watch the slant.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, Mahomes. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 53 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go with Howard again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. This is McCoy. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 61. Matchbox, right.
Mahomes now on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop in behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
53's the mark. Hey, 57, 57. Charlie. Let him know. Let him know.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wentz. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of it.
And the pressure gets to him again. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
16 yards on the play. Brings up third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Why? Who? Hey.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an even 90 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Chiefs 27, Eagles 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 30 on second down, Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. They'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Back to throw. Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Here's Sproles. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He's back to throw, eluding the pressure, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Elliott now to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage. And
he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
53.
Now Mahomes. Oh, and you can forget overtime. This is going to be a safety in the final minute of the game. Oh, my. And I don't know that I've ever seen a tie game decided in the final seconds because of a safety.
It's just an absolute disaster, Brandon. You're thinking you're going to at least get yourself to overtime. But how about this defense? They said, we're going to take matters into our own hands, and this will be an unbelievable victory if it holds up.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Push it! 57, 57. Check 50. 557. Hey, Delta! Greystone, travel. Check. 40. Lion. Done!
Wentz to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type